ever wanted to explore radio stations from around the globe just by spinning the earth? Well, there is a website for that. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm diving into one of the coolest web tools I found for language learning, Radio Garden. Now, you're wondering what is Radio Garden? Well, Radio Garden is our website or app where you can just pick a region where you want to listen to a radio station. I'm just gonna show you the website, and I will only show you the website. I will not share the audio because I don't want to be sued. You know how that works with royalties. So we're just going to take a look at the website. As you can see, we have kind of an earth, and we can just go in there and just go anywhere. Like we can listen to a station in France, and you see we are in France, and you can also, if you're scrolling in, see which station you're just listening to, where they're based. And one of the sad things about this website is that you don't get an equal amount of stations everywhere in the world. So that's also because there are not the same amount everywhere in the world. But if you are learning a language from, let's say, Africa, then you may have a problem with finding a station for your language, because as you can see, there are not that many stations in Africa and only a few at specific points. So if you're learning that kind of language, then you may have problems, but that's also with any other resource where you have specific problems with specific languages. Well, another thing is you can just go anywhere. Let's say we are going to Japan, and let's say Tokyo. Somewhere there should be Tokyo. And you now have a Japanese station, but the content, the music, is still not only Japanese music. The reason is we're now living in a world where, well, most music is kind of international. So right now there's English music. There's English music or English song playing, and that's totally normal. Where you can listen or learn your language is while there are speaking. So not in the songs, but in the dialogues they have in the station, in the radio station, and you can just listen to that. And I really like that because you can just go to a specific region. Like right now I'm like in Tokyo, not completely. I think that's Tokyo. Is it? Am I wrong? Is Tokyo? It doesn't matter. I'm not good at geography, but right now I'm in Hayama in Japan, and I can hear the dialect if they're speaking in the station. I can of course go somewhere a little bit more south, or very to the south, and now I can listen to that station and can kind of hear the dialect again if they're speaking the dialect of this region. So if you want to learn a specific dialect, not dialogue, dialect, then you can just choose this region and just learn it from there. And the same goes for Spanish. If you're learning Mexico Spanish, then, well, we go to Mexico. If you want to learn Spain from Spain, then Spanish from Spain, then we go for Spain. And you can kind of just hear the dialogues in this dialect. That's me. Dialogues in the dialect. And learn from there. I kind of find it interesting to see some of the stations up here. And there are, of course, different music mm, tastes. And that's also a good reason why I like Radio Garden, because you can just see or listen to radio stations from other countries and get a feeling for their likings of the music. So it is different in Japan. The taste in music is different in Japan than the taste in the UK or in the USA or in Brazil. They all have a different taste. So you kind of get a feeling for what is right now in the top 10 in the regions or in the top 50, what is liked in the regions. And I like that because you get a different feeling for the country where the language is from that you may or may not learning. I also like just to skip a little bit through the stations to, well, find a radio station that's made my taste. So I search a station, listen a little bit to the station, and it doesn't even mean I need to understand the language. So if I'm liking a station that's based in Brazil, where they speak Portuguese, then I will probably not understand the comments and the dialogues, but that doesn't matter. If I like the music they're playing, well, it can happen then that I start learning the language, but most of the time I'm just listening to the music and just enjoying it. Um, I won't sing along just because I don't like to sing things that I don't understand, but I still can like the music. So that's that topic. Now, if you already knew this resource, then I would love to hear your favorite stations, what funny stations, what crazy stations you have found, and you can just let me know. And if you haven't yet seen this resource, then I would dare you to try it and tell me what you think about it.